look into finding out whether this guy was involved in fraud or not. This guy, by the way, is a retard. A certified retard by the president.
Meanwhile, it is kind of related.
That's right. It's is it like Walz or whatever? He got called a retard by Donald Trump.
To the next story in Minnesota, where revolving around Governor Tim Walz.
Yes, in Minnesota, you have a
basically they let a bunch of Somalians rip him off for billions of dollars because they didn't want to go after him because it would be racist. I'm not even kidding. That's what happened.
Somali population. And after some investigations, the Manhattan Institute, these two guys who were with that organization, last month they investigated Minnesota's Medicaid Housing Stabilization Services Program. It's called Feeding Our Futures. They also investigated
our futures are Somalians.
Organizations to find out where tax dollars are going. They found out that, is it $1 billion? It's $1 billion, I believe, going to Somalia. So, and that is...
So we're paying for that shithole? Holy shit, wow.
So essentially what they're doing is they're taking money to feed Americans, and it's not going to Americans, they're sending it overseas. This same thing happened with that something AID or AID or whatever. What was the name of that organization? What was the name of the organization that Trump shut down that ended with AID? USAID, USAID. Apparently, a lot of that money was going to a bunch of different places where it shouldn't have been going.
To a terrorist organization, Al-Shabaab, which is a military group in Somalia. And
well, wait a minute. So if we have a terrorist military group in Somalia that people have allowed government funds to be diverted to, why can't we charge those people for treason?
There it is. Why is it? It's not even just a Minnesota thing. The president of the United States, the acting member of a United States, charge these fuckers with treason. Put them in jail for the rest of their life. You're willing to do it for somebody like Snowden, but you're not willing to do it for a Congress member? Fuck that. That's bullshit.
Because they're literally funding a foreign military. I mean, like, if that's not treason, what the fuck is treason? Why can't we charge... I think we charge them a treason, we capital punishment. Yep. I think that's what we do.
Absolutely.
Let them know. All the way. Old Testament. Absolutely. Or terrorism? No. Treason.
Treason's worse. Treason is way worse.
Why not? Why not? See, this is where I say, like, drain the swamp.
An Al-Qaeda-linked terrorist organization. Why are tax dollars, if you live in Minnesota, you're going to work, you're working really hard, some of your paycheck is going to
Some of your paycheck, bro, in some places it's like 25% of your fucking income. It's a lot of fucking money now. They take a lot of money in taxes. They take a shitload. Like, you could be making $1,000 a month. Now you're going to make $800 because they're going to take $200 in taxes because fuck you. Like, what the fuck, bro?
According to this investigation, a terrorist organization.
$1,000 a week or whatever, you know?
The pandemic aid, this governor not only allowed the riots to go crazy with George Floyd, when the money came flooding in, he had no idea where it was going. When
he did. He knew it. I bet he knew about it. He let it happen.
Stood up and said, this is fraudulent. These are fake. This money's going to the wrong people. He went after the whistleblowers. That's the investigation. Now, the Justice Department announced new charges last week against a 78th defendant in the Feeding Our Future fraud scheme, which prosecutors say involved more than $250 million in stolen funds alone.
I bet nothing happens to Tim Walz. Yeah, because we live in a limp dick country that lets people run wild and commit crimes and betray and subvert their own nation because of our own destructive empathy towards bad actors and criminals. It's embarrassing.
I'm so sick of getting these videos of people being assaulted or killed from somebody that, like, had been locked up prior 19, 20, 30 times. 5 to 20 felonies, and somehow they're out walking around in the general population. Like, what are we doing? Seriously, what happened? We just, like, does it matter? Does it matter if you do crime anymore? Like, it seems like nothing happens.
child nutrition program and has already resulted in over 50 convictions.
So the governor had an opportunity to address this, and you would think that he would take the criticism and say, you know, I made a mistake. You know, he was on the campaign trail talking about that's what leaders do when he was running for vice president. Yeah. But when he was pressed on it, he had this to say.
Do you take responsibility for failing to stop this fraud in your state?
He should.
Well, certainly I take responsibility for putting people in jail. Governors don't get to just talk theoretically. We have to solve problems. And I will note, it's not just Somalis. Minnesota is a generous state. Minnesota's a
We have tons of scams. We have a lot of fraud, guys. It's not just Somalians committing fraud. It's other people, too.
Then why not arrest them, too? Who gives a shit?
Guys, I think he might be retarded.
prosperous states, a well-run state, we're AAA bond rated, but that attracts criminals. Those people are going to jail.
You know why it attracts criminals? Because you don't keep them in jail where they belong. Yeah, if I was a criminal, guess where I'd be going? I'd be going to Minnesota, LA, or motherfucking New York. You know why? Because I could have 9 felonies and still walk around and commit crime. I ain't even got to worry about being shot in New York. Shit. Of course. What do you think is going to happen? You dumbass.
Everything we can, but to demonize an entire community on the actions of a few, it's lazy. But that's Donald Trump. Deflect, demonize,
demonize an entire community on the actions of a few. Well, I mean, like, maybe it wouldn't have happened if you had held... See, what the people like Tim Walz don't understand, and it's easy to see why he doesn't understand it. It's because he's a bald retard.
You should be in prison.
It's pretty simple.
You shouldn't even have... You shouldn't have one felony. If you get caught with one felony, you need to be in jail, period. Like...
Understand is that whenever you allow these minority groups like Somalians or any other minority group to behave in a way that is very clearly problematic, very clearly illegal, nothing... I can guarantee you that Governor Tim Walz has done more to exacerbate and to increase.
And let me tell you why. It was illegal then. It doesn't matter when you commit the crime. If you get caught when it's illegal, you still broke the law. It's a law for a reason. Doesn't matter if it's no longer illegal. The thing is you still broke the law when it was illegal. It's like with alcohol. Whenever it was banned, if you got caught selling or making alcohol, you got thrown in jail. It doesn't matter when you do it. If you are doing it in a time where you're breaking the fucking law, you need to go to jail, period. Doesn't matter. It's illegal for a reason. That's all there is to it. If it's no longer illegal, great. Go smoke all you want. I could care less. But if it's illegal and you're doing it somewhere where it's illegal, I don't know what to tell you. It's so hard not to... how's it so hard not to break the law?
Racism against Somalians than Donald Trump has or ever will. Because he has created a system that even the most reasonable, understanding, empathetic, liberal person can look at and say that there is a systematic advantage giving to this foreign group of people so they could, by proxy, fund a terrorist group in their own country. And you didn't allow it to be prosecuted or investigated because you were worried about being accused of racism. I can guarantee you that is going to cause more racism than Donald Trump saying that Somalia is bad.
And I guarantee you that's not the reason why. It's because he had a hand in all that fraudulent behavior that was going on. I guarantee you if they really look into that and investigate it, they're going to find out that Tim Walz's name is plastered all in that shit. I guarantee you he used a fucking racism as a cop-out. That's what it was.
That's what's so funny. Is that they don't realize that they're actually accelerating racism, xenophobia, and remigration faster than anybody else has. This guy's doing it faster than Stephen Miller. They just don't understand it because they don't understand how people think. Because they're retarded.
no solutions. He's not going to help fix anything on
I'll look
fraud.
at the case strength after this.
It's not
I know
anyone's
about it.
trying to demonize that group, Somalis. We're just saying, how did
Identify.
you let it get this far?
Yeah.
$1 billion of taxpayer dollars? Who was in charge of that money? Why was it sent to another country? Why is it benefiting
With that
a terrorist?
much money, I guarantee you that man has something to do with it. You don't just miss $1 billion and not have somebody higher up in a large political power not realize what's going on. He absolutely had a hand in what was going on there. You can't tell me he didn't.
This organization, you have answers, and you have taxpayers. You have
No, you don't have answers. I am just so. Why can't we go after these people and charge them for treason and put them up on capital punishment? Why can't we do it? Why not? I don't understand.
You said it yourself. It's because we have a limp dick, a government. That's why. It's going to protect its own.
Why not? Why can't we do this? Why are we not able to do this? They don't? Yeah. Casey's trying to apology. I know, I saw that.
You have constituents who want to have some answers.
Well, it's also not generosity, it's stupidity when you're giving money to terrorists. Tom Emmer is also from that state.
I don't care if it's stupidity or not. It's not stupidity. I think he's wrong. I think he's trying to be reasonable. I understand that you're trying to be reasonable. You're trying to see their side of it. There is no side of it. They're doing it because they're doing it on purpose. Mm-hmm. They're voting in the Minnesota mayor election race is being decided by Somalian blood feuds. And you think that this isn't on purpose? What are we talking about?
Yep.
He recognizes having a good and healthy state attracts bad actors. However, he can't realize that the very same principle he's explaining applies to your whole country as well. It's a complete cognitive dissonance. Yeah, of course.
He had to say earlier on the show.
You've got housing fraud. You've got daycare fraud. You've got 80 autism centers.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about $1 billion coming up missing now, do you, Mr. Walz?
Under investigation. All of this under Tim Walz' watch. And his response...
Sounds like a retard.
God bless President Trump for actually saying something about this and calling it out. Al-Shabaab controls all the financial infrastructure in Somalia. This money has gone back to Somalia.
What is that, like a Game Boy?
Ergo, common sense would tell you that millions of dollars, taxpayer dollars from Minnesotans, has gone to terrorists known as Al-Shabaab in Somalia.
And common sense would also tell you that the governor of the state where all that money's coming from would know exactly where that money's going. How do you misplace $1 billion? You don't. I guarantee you if they follow the paper trail, it's going to lead right back up to Tim Walz's ass. Promise you it will.
This is an
Why do you
awful
think he
situation,
doesn't
too.
want to be investigated? Should be fucking obvious. Like, come on. Brain dead, broke dick dog could see that.